What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. Spalletti's first match in charge. We get the W, but there's a lot to talk about. A lot of positional changes, the setup, the play. Still had a key guy missing that nobody's really talking about, and yet still a lot of creation. So, yeah, we've got a lot to discuss. And I got Lucci, I got Skanga. Fellas, how you doing, Skanga? How you doing?
You want to know something? I'm great. A lot of sad people in the greater Toronto area this morning, and there's frost on the ground, so winter's coming. So there's a lot of negativity, but big W yesterday. Big W yesterday. We needed it.
Big W for Juve. The Jays unfortunately fallen. But you know what? They had that game, and can't leave guys stranded like that over and over and over.
Too many guys stranded.
Yeah, gotta bring them home. Gotta bring them home. Yep. Damn, it is what it is. Lucci, how you doing, brother?
Skanga nailed it. I'm good, man. Sunday morning, 3 points. Leafs won last night too. Let's go.
Way too early for me to talk hockey, but yeah, good for the Leafs. It started off rough too, for God's sakes. That's why we don't talk hockey in October. But that's cool. That's cool. We got the Army jumping in here. We got Alex Juve. We got Forza Juve, Eric Sikoko. Great to see you all in here. Shatterstar in here as well. Very aggressive handle, but I like it, okay? Shatterstar. We used to have one super aggressive one. What? Death Clutch. Death Clutch.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Death Clutch in a while. Hopefully everything's good there. But yeah. We're going to have an interesting discussion around Juventus right now because it was a little bit of a surprise what Spalletti kind of ended up going with as far as the starting lineup. So just some housekeeping out of the way. You guys, it's a new month. It's November 2nd now. Our next kit giveaway is the 25-26 home kit with Kenan Yildiz on the back. And for the Legends in our member status, and you can sign up as a member either on desktop. Now it's also available on Apple mobile phones, all right? So you can even sign up through there. But if you're on Legend status, 2012 black kit with Andrea Pirlo on the back is up for grabs this month for one lucky member. And again, congrats to our last two winners. And that was Chris from Germany and then Pinu from Michigan, all right, as the Legends member. So congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations. Wasn't
now,
me Lucci, so suck
let's get to the business. I will rip through your starting lineup. I will rip through your highlights, and then we're going to hear these guys' overview on the match, and then from there get into the hot topics around Juve right now. Your starting 11 that nobody could seem to figure out what the hell it was. 4-4-2, like 4-3-1-2. What the hell is Spalletti doing? But you had Di Gregorio, Kalulu, Gatti, Koopmeiners, Kostic, Cambiaso, Locatelli, Thuram, who just got available for this matchup. He's a big talking point as well. McKennie, Vlahović, and Openda. So, again, nobody could really make sense of it. Everybody kind of had their ideas of what it was going to end up being. In the end, pretty much a 3-4-2-1 or a 3-4-1-2, depending how you wanted to look at it, with McKennie kind of being that hybrid midfielder in there. Now we'll get to highlights. Holy smokes. Minute and a half in, that's how you want to start things off. Very fortunate for Mr. Openda there, who started getting called Carl Weathers with the hair there. Okay, Apollo Creed.
All right. Stop it. Stop it.
Does that offend you as a...
I'm just saying. It's real funny. I just don't want to laugh.
Stop. No comment.
Openda got very lucky on that back heel. But anyways, touched by the defender right in the path of Kostic, who was coming in like a bat out of hell. Meatloaf, by the way. And then bang, puts it in back post. And I like that one, 1-0. That's a good start. Because actually, while Openda's back heel got lucky, all the passing leading up to that was really nice.
Beautiful.
Imagine that. We didn't just get stuck on a flank. We actually hit a striker at feet. He lays it off to McKennie. And holy shit, somebody wasn't just standing still. Openda made the run that Vlahović opened up for by dropping back to collect that first. My God, you guys, it looks like we know how to play football. That was actually really nice up until that point.
away from the two-door shackles, buddy, and everyone knows how to play all of a sudden.
Can you
take it easy? Take it easy on the whole Tudor thing. We'll talk about the Tudor thing. Maybe not having Kalulu as a right wing back. You know,
I mean, that does help. Yeah, that certainly.
Yeah, I feel like that would help. But nonetheless,
played him there. Fucking Tudor. Anyways, carry on.
Anyways, now he went through the 2 doors and he's done. Okay, so forget about it. He's gone. Now we keep going. 20th minute, Vlahović. Beautiful turn, man, on that freaking farm boy there, Basquerotto, that tank. All right, unit. So you should be able to turn around a refrigerator, but he did, and he was gone, off to the races. But in the end, ends up putting it right at Odero. And Openda was upset making that run back post. Nothing doing there. Is what it is. 25th minute.
Hang on that one there. Someone told me on Twitter that the center back cut off that pass to Openda. That pass wasn't open.
It would have been very, very tough, and Duchamp's on his off foot there. For him to try and slot that would have had to been like inch perfect. You're probably going to shoot. And to tell a striker you're in the area, don't shoot, good luck.
Fully agree.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
You know, and then Openda needs the opposite advice, and that is to shoot the damn thing and shoot it quicker. But nonetheless, 25th minute, Cambiaso taking his man on. This was a great, again, good team movement. It worked its way up the left flank and then a quick switch over to the right. Cambiaso takes his man on. Locatelli in the first half was getting high up the pitch, and he was filling that space at the top of the 18. Had a good rip here. It was a hopper. Odero gets by him but hits the post and comes right back out. That could have been 2 right there. Openda got into some good situations. Decided to take some touches and stand on the ball a couple times, and unfortunately a couple of good opportunities ended up in some shots wide or shots blocked. That's kind of it. We end the half there at 1-0 Juventus, but the feelings around Juventini, and especially on the watch line, everybody was pretty positive. Like, that was a very clean, business-like half from Juve. We didn't give Cremonese a sniff, and we looked like we could create at will. We just wanted the guys to do a little bit better in that final third. I mean, do you guys have anything else at half that you were thinking besides that? Pretty clean half?
One of their best first halves I've seen this year, to be honest. Fluent, good passes. Fine. Everyone looked like they could make and take a pass for the first time in God knows how long. I know it's Cremonese, but positive thoughts for the first half, like I was saying yesterday to Skanga when we were talking in the chat.
Yeah, I was running the main timeline. Pretty positive. Wasn't that much negativity out there. A lot of where the hell is Koopmeiners playing, but other than that, it was quite positive.
Yeah, because you see him end up being at that left center back position there, and we will talk about Koopmeiners. But for now, let's wrap up that second half. And there's not a whole bunch in that second half.
Nope.
Little bit of a drop. Yes. Positionally, we were a little bit deeper. But honestly, we still created quite well and still felt like if we went at them, we got another goal in here. 67th minute. Chico had made his way into the game here through substitution, and he takes his man on, centers it. It ends up falling right in the path of Cambiaso, who again comes in. We got another another player from the outside trailing the play, making it into the area, and yeah, call it whatever you want. Odero gets a big chunk of it. It pops up, hits the bar, and still goes into the net. But hey, who cares? They all count the same on the scoreboard. It's 2-0 for Juve. And it wouldn't just quite be a welcoming party for Spalletti if we didn't have a little bit of adversity. It couldn't just end there.
No, you can have a smooth ride.
Always got to make it tough.
Yeah, no. Buckle up those seatbelts, buddy. This is Juve. So, 82nd minute, this scramble in the middle of the pitch ends up with a ball popped up towards Vardy. And it's Gatti and Vardy, and it's right there. And you could tell off the hop, this ain't pretty, because Gatti's backtracking. So he's caught ahead of this thing. And he takes this weird approach. And to me, I called it on the live, like he's going up for it, because that's what he's trying to, it looks like he's trying to set himself up to go up for this ball. And I'm like, dude, that point is gone. So he's backpedaling, and then it looks like he stops, like he's going to try to like go into something. I'm like, dude, no, it's over. and Vardy ends up just eating him up and leaning into him, and he loses balance. And the second that happens, you're dead to rights because Vardy still has wheels. And he cruises in there, puts it in back post. I saw people giving Di Gregorio crap over that. I'm like, guys, what do you want him to do? The goals that people are choosing to rip on Di Gregorio for, I'm like, guys, what do you want him to do? I mean,
that's not a foul on Gatti either.
No, I heard people giving a shout there, and I'm like, that's just a guy that's played a lot of football, knowing when to lean into a defender, reading the play. He was backpedaling, and then he stopped. The second he stopped, like he was going to try to, I'm like, no, you just need to hang with him. If you need to, grab onto that kit and just shut it down. Like, take a foul there, a professional foul, let everybody come back. You're up 2-0. You know, all that play is Gatti not using this damn thing, not using his noggin.
Bricks for brains, clearly.
I heard somebody say that's a factory worker against a bricklayer. I was like, it was a pretty good tweet.
Hey, that's pretty accurate tweet there. Yeah, you can't get it. Luckily, after that, we did hang on. We get the 2-1 win, and that's crucial. That's the most important thing. And again, there's some cleanup there that we know will need to happen. All right, but let's get into it. Let's get into the overview. I'll hit you with the stats quick. We'll go ratings, and this can kind of guide your overview, and then you could speak on it. But if we're looking at the statistics of this game, and again, I think still overall very strong performance. Juventus with 49% possession. It ends with, in the first half, they were pushing 57, 58%. They finished with 4 big chances. Cremonese literally 1 big chance. 15 total attempts for Juve, 9 total attempts for Cremonese. And everything really in favor of Juve around this thing. Passing, corners. It's just, I think it was overall solid performance. But you guys, your player ratings, we'll look at this too, and then you can get into it. Di Gregorio, 6.8. Kalulu, 6.3. Gatti, 6.4. Koopmeiners, that left center back role, 6.6. Cambiaso, 8.1. Locatelli, 7.7. Thuram, 6.9. Kostic, 8.3. McKennie, 7. Openda, 6.6. Vlahović hits the red, 5.8. You guys, take that, do whatever you will with it, but let's hear your overview on the match and some of the thoughts coming out of it at the 90. Let's start this one with Lucci and then get to Skanga.
I mean, it was a good first half. We did fall off in the second. I wasn't the way we started that second half wasn't great. But realistically, we probably should have had more than 2 goals. If Openda could hit one on target, once in a while, that'd be great. Gatti, Kalulu still make me nervous regardless of who the opponent is. So that needs to be watched. Maybe some Bremer cannot come back soon enough. That's all I can say. And my man of the match would probably be Cambiaso. I think he was really good again yesterday. So that would be my shout.
All right.
Other than that, should have been 3 points. Was 3 points. On to the next.
Okay. And Skanga, your overview on that match?
Yeah, first half was fantastic. I was with Lucci there, getting a little nervous in the second half, giving up possession, but we didn't give up any chances. And I'm not going to say, sorry, let me rephrase that. That's a tricky place to play. Like, they're going to take points off of teams, right? Away to Cremonese is a tricky place to play. Big 3 points. I would say, I have to agree with, we got to get some more shots on that. Goals are going to be, we need to start finishing some of these. We need to start popping in 3-4 and icing teams off. I would say man of the match, 27 is a good shout. 27. I liked McKennie yesterday. I thought McKennie was all over the place. I thought McKennie was doing all the work, all the support work. So Kostic is the obvious man of the match. I'm going to give it to 27. To McKennie.
Yeah, I'm looking at this game yesterday. I think there's 3 that are above the cut. I think Koopmeiners had a good game, a clean game in that role. Yeah. McKennie had a clean game. He had a really good game. But the three that were at the top for me was Kostić, Cambiaso, and Locatelli. Locatelli was unreal yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He was awesome. Thuram, it's a little bit of a soft spot. I know he just got fit. He just got in for this game, but this is something we have to talk about in terms of a hurdle that Spalletti's going to have to get over with this team. Is he sticking with this setup as kind of like, you know, not rocking the boat too early, or does he actually feel that that's the best for the group and for the players moving on? Because there's some trends that are starting now in a couple back-to-back matches that some you can't really ignore. And they could create some interesting scenarios for him moving forward. So I'll just go with this. For me, man of the match, despite, you know, what I think and everything, I give it to Kostić. I'll give Kostić man of the match. Getting the first one and honestly working his bag off and doing a lot for us in terms of progression on that left side. So let's go. Now, yeah, Locatelli was unreal. He was fantastic. He's unfortunate not to score that goal too, by the way. In the second half, I don't know why. Again, in the second half, the positioning. We were sitting further back and we weren't going at him. But in the first half, we were killing them. When everybody was getting forward, even the midfielders, we were just swarming them. They didn't get a sniff of anything. Their best opportunity was a shot that was screened almost, that looked like it was creating problems for Di Gregorio. That's literally it. Outside of that, and I think that actually came at the beginning of the second half, not even the first half. But that's really their best chance outside of Gatti not being able to have the wherewithal to stop Vardy on that whole thing. Other than that, that's it.
I saw somebody put here, take the red card. Is that worth a red card, losing another center back for a game?
Take a red card. No, he wouldn't have had to take a red card because Vardy was in front of him. So if you like line up with him and clench and grab whatever at that point, you're not going to take a red. If you're waiting for him to get behind you, that's not the time to take the foul. You take the foul when the play's right in front of you, right? That would have been the time to hang on and shut it down. But at the same time, man, all those other guys can't leave him solo there, especially with a guy like Wheels like Vardy, because even if the ball's pumped behind him, I don't think he's going to take him for pace. So definitely don't take the red, but shut him down and clench him before it gets to that point. So it is what it is. Moving on, though, in terms of this game, in terms of some of the things that we have seen, right? We've been making shouts for three midfielders for a while to help the balance. You know, McKennie's being used yesterday as this kind of hybrid midfielder. But what's going on is you've got Cambiaso now. That's a couple games in a row on the right side, right? Kostic all of a sudden taking left there. You're seeing some things that are working. The three midfielders, everybody's asking the same question because Kenan Yildiz wasn't available yesterday. So the main thing is, how do you get this thing to work with guys like Chico, who again shows that he could be dangerous up in the final third, and he played a part in Cambiaso's second goal because he skins the guy and leaves him dead to rights on the right and then has that ball in the mixer while we have a bunch of bodies in there, which is another thing we did well, getting bodies in the damn area. Two strikers is a must for me.
Yep.
Three midfielders I think we need to go with. Does the 3-4-2-1 shape need to stay? Does he need to alternate? How do you get the best out of Chico, the best out of Yildiz if you want to stick with this setup? He almost can't. Can he?
Can you bring up the roster, the lineup again? Just to help me kind of think about this for a second. Yeah, because you got to sacrifice to bring Chico in. You got to sacrifice 27, right?
He ended up taking Kostić out, and Cambiaso switched over to the left side.
He did. Yeah. So, and once he went to the left side, to be honest, he sort of disappeared.
Yeah. I agree.
He sort of disappeared. So it's maybe pick your poison, pick your against whichever opponent, but This lineup, this is basically the same lineup, a couple of tweaks, that 2 games in a row has shown that this is the way to go in terms of setup. It sucks that Chico might have to get sacrificed, but he comes in late. Look what he did late. He came in the 64th minute, I think, changed the game, right? Game changer. So I don't know. I don't know how you fix it or change it. Do you change it?
I personally don't like this lineup or this setup, to be honest.
Interesting.
I don't know. I think against tougher opponents that can hold the ball better and create more, like maybe we'll see against Sporting on Tuesday, it will be pinned back more, and they'll have more opportunities to score with only Thuram and Locatelli in there, especially if Coop is playing center back. It's not his natural position, so I don't know how long term how that's going to turn out.
I would assume Kelly's back for that game. I'm going to assume Kelly's back.
We're still waiting to hear what ends up happening with Kelly. He might not actually be there. He may not actually be there for the Sporting match. So
I still think a back four is needed, whether that's a 4-3-1-2, a 4-3-3.
If he wants to keep like this thing going, and you're looking at bringing in Yildiz, like, what are you most comfortable sacrificing if you're Juve? 2 strikers or 3 midfielders?
2 strikers.
I'm dead set that this team has to play 2 of its strikers at all times. Otherwise, they get isolated.
But then play a 4-3-1-2.
Sure. Or even 3-4-1-2 if you want to keep this 3-man back setup, if you truly do believe in it. But the thing is,
you're okay with 2 midfielders?
At what point does Chico come in? Do you want to utilize Chico as one of those outside players, or do you want to get him like in a more advanced state?
You want him more advanced. You don't want him wasting his energy to track back and play defense.
But if he plays 4-3-1-2 and you want 2 strikers, so where does he go? Because you want Yildiz as your cam, right? You want Yildiz as your 10.
As the cam, or you play Yildiz beside Vlahović with Chico behind. I mean, it gives you options.
With Chico can Vlahović with Yildiz and Chico behind.
Yes.
Yeah, but your issue is then you lose 2 strikers, and one of your strikers, their best so far has been with 2 of them out there. Like for me, I don't care what your combination is. You've got 3 strikers that are all completely different. Yes. One of them, which is Openda, cannot operate by himself whatsoever. Has to have another guy up at the top with him. So that's something for me like you have to stick to. I also think that you're playing a little bit of a dangerous game if you want to go 2 mids and utilize Yildiz as one of the advanced midfielders. So for me, he's got one solution to end up with, and it's going to be 3 mids, 1 advanced, and 2 strikers. The only way you could do that is with a 4-man backline. But this is the big thing. Spalletti fell into the same thing when he was just with the Azzurri. And this could be his biggest hurdle with Juve right now, is what is going to be the best setup. Because I'm not sold just on the game against Cremonese. Because one thing that did happen that I did notice through this game, we cleaned up a lot of the bullshit that was in our game. The turnovers.
Yeah. The passing, oh my God.
Yeah, like the passing was cleaner, crisper, a lot less errors. That's good. But I'm not convinced that this is like 100% the way to go, right? We'll see.
3 midfielders, and you've been calling for 3 midfielders for about 16 months.
I think everyone has.
But also, we have the ability to play 2 strikers. So you have to, it sounds like what you're saying is you have to do both. You have to 3 midfielders and 2 strikers. You got to figure it out. But players are going to get sacrificed. Players,
yes, and it'll most likely be the wingers, Chico, Zergova. Those guys are going to be your bench options. I think that's your only option at this point.
I think
Chico does play well coming back. He does backtrack well on the defensive end.
But you want him playing fullback? Like,
no,
is that what you're saying? That doesn't make sense.
No, I'm just saying it's not a complete loss as like a wing back. It's not. I wouldn't say that's his role, but he can do it.
My biggest thing with Tudor while obviously we all acknowledge the players need to get their heads out of their asses and they need to
100%.
do better and do more. We all acknowledge that. Because I even saw yesterday, some were saying, you know, look at these players now all of a sudden, like, Tudor's gone, like, what's wrong with these guys? Look, put that aside. Let's just look at the bare bones of it. We were calling for 3 midfielders in, like, game 3 or 4 of the season. Like, you're getting overrun. You're winning. You got a win against Inter that was like, holy smokes. I could do with a little more stability in the middle of the park. You followed that up with a game where we're like, can we please get 3 midfielders in the middle of the park? You followed that up with time after time after time of saying Kalulu cannot be a right wing back. Igor, please. That's on Tudor. That's not on the fucking guys.
100%.
So now when you get to these couple of games in quick consecutive matches here, Cambiaso on the right side versus the left. Kalulu actually being more defensive than worried about offensive phase. Much better. You know? Midfield, having 3 of them in there, better. 2 strikers up top, better. More problems for defenses. Opening things up for a midfield. These are things that were a detriment to Tudor because, and I said it, Mota fell in the same trap. When you have a small problem and you don't fix it, it just escalates. So now, Spalletti, I think his biggest challenge is figuring out how to get the key guys in there because Yildiz wasn't even involved yesterday. But the positive there is we still created 4 big chances. Still could have probably had 3 goals in this game. Should have had at least 3 in this game, and he wasn't even on the pitch. That was a fear. That was a fear, is how the hell do you create when that guy isn't on the pitch?
Yeah.
I would have liked to see David and Vlahović, to be honest. Okay, I've had my gripes against David. I have lower expectations.
Tell us how you feel, buddy.
I'm going to put it out there. I have lower expectations, but we got him for a free, and he is the striker for this team for the future. So we need him to succeed. I want to see him. I don't care if he's had mistakes. I want to see him on the field more than what he is. He has to be. He is our striker moving forward. He's got to be on the field more. Has to be.
Yeah.
Unless they re-sign Vlahović.
I wouldn't bank on that. Wouldn't bank
I don't
on that.
bank on that either.
But
no.
I don't know.
Yesterday would have been a prime opportunity to see Vlahović and David together, and I'm with Skanga on this one 100%. We should have seen it. Should have seen it.
Should have seen it earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have
from
seen
the start.
From the start.
This brings up a perfect segue into the next kind of section is how concerned are you around the new signings? Because everybody is just giving all of them the gears. Even if you look at a guy like Openda and his match yesterday, he was absolutely torched and he was absolutely roasted. I get it. There's a fast break in the second half where all he has to do is lay it in front of Vlahović. And, of course, absolutely muffs it. Doesn't get anywhere close. It's stripped back. And a lot of his game, man, yesterday, if I'm talking about this guy, like, there's so much good stuff in there. But it's
the final product.
It's just that something has to come from all of the good that you did before that. Like, you got, and for God's sakes, shoot the damn ball. Shoot the damn ball on the first touch.
Well, he had that chance in the first half where he was on the left side. And
he took his angle away.
Yes.
Well, he
took his angle away from him.
He should just hit it with his left foot first time. He decided to stop, pull it back, and he put it into the side netting. Like, just hit the ball. Just
hit it on the first time. And it's just like you just took yourself in a terrible angle to have a rip there. Brutal. But like David, Openda, these guys are getting João Mario. They're all getting just ravaged. And it's like, how concerned are you about the new signings?
I don't think João Mario's been that bad. Like the few minutes he's played.
We just found him apparently because he just got into a game yesterday. Otherwise, the guy, he's weekend at Milik's there because Milik is like Bernie over there with the glasses on, dead, just dancing when he hears a tune.
I think Ziergova is probably my biggest concern. Is that guy ever going to play a full game again, or what? What the hell's going on there?
Well, we knew that with the injury, right? Like we knew.
Like, why bother taking that chance?
Well, that's a whole different ball game. But like the guys that are playing, David Onopenda would be the biggest concerns. But I'm gonna be quite honest. I have little concern if I'm talking about you guys.
I have almost next to no concern being 10 games into the like it's we didn't sign David for 10 games. All right. He's here for a long haul. Openda, so you got David on a free and Openda for 40 million, so that's 10 million over 4 years. Again, a lot of money, but really it isn't. Like if you want like a second striker, that's basically what they're going to cost you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not too concerned. Zagrova is the one where he's a long-term play. He's still fairly young, isn't he? Like 25, 26, somewhere around there. So pump the brakes on him. I think they'll be fine, but I'm not concerned at this point. What are we talking about?
I'm not concerned yet. Like it's way too, and again, think about where this discussion came from too. It's like trying to figure out how to get all these guys cooking, what's the best setup and stuff. These are questions Tudor didn't even come close to answering. Mm-hmm. And Spalletti still doesn't have the answer.
Well,
he doesn't even have his name on his door yet, so give Spalletti a minute here.
Hey, he's 66 years old. We're lucky he didn't come out with the Bicharel hanging out at halftime when he was zipping up his pants there, for God's sake.
That was amazing. Like, can we just pause the camera for a minute? The guy just got out of the can. Can you please?
I'm surprised they weren't in there. Hey, you need a hand there? Like, camera guy, give him the guy a break, man. He's walking out here. I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, oh, I could do without that. But it was something else. Listen, he's going to need time to find the answers. We're not like, oh, man, 2-1 over Cremonese, a couple wins back-to-back. One was Brambilla there, etc. No, like, he's just looking for answers. He's looking for answers, the same answers that the guy before him was looking for. Wow. The only difference now is that the players have been drugged through the mud, and they're going to be on a short leash with the fans. And rightfully so. For the rest of the year, if that effort level isn't at a standard, they're going to hear from the crowd. And honestly, I agree with it. 1,000%. If they're flat as shit like those games we saw right towards the end of Tudor, give them the gears. Start cheering. I don't care. Some people don't have the stomach for it. They say, oh, you can't do that. You're supposed to be a supporter. Bullshit. You're also supposed to represent Juve. Mm-hmm. And you're a professional.
I thought everybody played well yesterday.
They did. And I'm just saying that effort level can't dip. Because we can't change coaches every fucking month just to get a new coach bounce.
Right.
Who are we here? Fiorentina? We're going to invite the old one back? What are we talking about here?
By the way, sitting in a relegation spot right now. Hey, you fucking mutts. So, yeah, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. So when people are can Juve finally get back on track? Is Spalletti going to be the answer? Well, I mean, that's up to him to decide, and it's up to the players to kind of sort out. He's done some interesting things, and he said some interesting things already. If you look at him in the post-match here, he's talking, he talked about Koopmeiners and whatnot, but he simply just said, we did well for a good part of the first half. At the beginning of the second half, suffered a little, but we still had many chances to score. We have to improve on finishing and burying those chances. I hope we can improve in everything. We need to grow fast, but there is potential. And we saw it in glimpses in some players. We can grow as a team. The victory is good because it allows us to work with more tranquility. From the outside, you see Juventus, its headquarters, everything, it seems so beautiful. Then you enter, you realize the enormity of the club and how difficult it is to operate everything at that level. Some of the players need to learn how to handle that.
Mm-hmm. We've been saying that for a couple of years now.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a long time.
Long time.
So now it's up to Spalletti to help these guys do that. How come nobody has been able to help these guys do that or understand that or whatnot. Everybody's got their beliefs, whether it's culture, whether it's upper management, etc. But he's kind of hit the nail on the head. And he's still kind of playing to that card, whereas we're starting to shine a bigger light on the players. When you shine a bigger light on the players, though, it equally gets shined on the upper management because you're building the team.
Yeah.
Speaking of shining a light on the player, can we talk about Koopmeiners at left back for a minute here?
Yeah.
Left center back, to be
and
precise.
Interesting words there because he said,
left center back.
You know, in terms of Koopmeiners, he constantly directed the players in front of him, was aggressive and solid defensively. If we had involved him more in the build-up, he would have stepped into midfield to create superiority. Maybe he stood out more for things that aren't really his main qualities. But putting Koopmeiners in there is a message to the players. You don't go into these matches to defend. You go to attack and win.
That's what I'm talking about. See, and when I saw him, the one thing that stood out to me was he was guiding the defenders in and out. Step up, step back. Like you could see him and Locatelli were running the show a little bit, but he was getting advanced. Koopmeiners, I'm pretty sure he's the one who switched that ball to 27 that led to was it the goal? The first goal?
That was the Locatelli attempt.
Was it okay?
That hit the post.
Oh, the Locatelli attempt.
It was the Koopmeiners switch field to Cambiaso.
Right. So he didn't do the flashy things yesterday, but I really appreciate the stuff that he was doing. Especially, hey, go play left center back. No problem. Right.
Respect.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting call. I mean, none of us could make sense when you saw the list of names because nobody would have put together that that's how he was going to utilize Koopmeiners. But if you look at Coop in that game, clean game, and just fine. And being further back has never been an issue. That's been where Koopmeiners has been the better player for us and made more sense. It's every time he gets further up that pitch where things have kind of broken down. So being further back, he could still operate like that out of the midfield too. So again, these are just answers Spalletti needs to find. And again, when we were talking about how do you get these key guys going, Thuram, are we going to just pin that on the fact that he's just coming back from injury? But like I've been saying for a lot longer than just that one game yesterday, I love Thuram, but he needs to stop ghosting in games and he needs to have impact.
So I was going to look at you on this one and say, maybe I'm missing it because I'm on the Twitter. I'm trying to interact with people, but he is ghosting in and out, right? Like, am I missing something? Is he man mark? Is he taking away one of their midfielders? Is he doing something there that I can't see? And I don't think he is.
No, and again, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he just got into the squad list for this game and stuff, but
I think there's an injury.
It's been one of the things that has been bothering me for some time about him is like you can't fade in and out, and sometimes he does that within a 90-minute match where he's like solid for 15 minutes and then all of a sudden he's ghosting, and it's like, man, he's got to find a way to impact the game to like make his presence felt throughout more consistently. It's another thing that's going to have to follow Spalletti. And he's going to have to sort it out because is the three-man midfield a little congested when he's used to him and Locatelli operating? I don't know. Maybe.
Fiorentina's already down 1-0, by the way.
Beautiful. Love to see it.
So maybe, I don't know, is it a three-man midfield thing with Thuram? And being used to just operating with the two with Loca? And now a little bit more congested?
He's trying to find, maybe he's working too hard to try and make an impact on the game. Like, I don't think he's playing poorly. I don't think he's a liability.
Poorly. He's not playing
he's not
poorly.
A liability.
But we know when he's at his best. You know what he does when he's at his best, and it's driving the ball forward and it's getting involved up there. But when that doesn't happen,
I think there's an injury because he doesn't do like it doesn't. There's in the games it's not like there hasn't been opportunities for him to drive with the ball, which we love. Drive to the hoop, right? Drive strong to the hoop. It's not like he hasn't had those opportunities. I think there's an injury. I think there's something else going on that's holding him back. That's what I'm sticking with.
Well,
never know.
Time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see. Guys, if you had to, we're going to say buy or sell, okay? It'll be stocks. Stocks and Cambiaso turning it around now and regaining that form at the beginning of last season. Are you buying or selling on that stock?
Well, 60 million Chicoria last year probably would have helped a lot. I'm buying. I think he's going to – I think if he stays on the right side, I know it's a small sample size. It's 2 games, but –
Skanga stocking up.
Yep, I agree.
Stocking up. Guys, 991.
I think it also helps him having Yildiz on the other side. Like now you have 2 threats on 2 different sides instead of having fucking Kalulu there who doesn't know what he's doing. Just runs like a chicken without a head.
Behind him. I thought we saw this last year too. Was it with Kalulu behind him? He knows he's okay with Kalulu back there. Like it was the same thing last year.
Helps, right? When you have Yildiz and Cambiaso on the same side, it looked like they were running into each other far too often. They were both, at the sideline, 10 feet away from each other, not even.
It looked like ass.
So we got Kais 991. He's buying the stocks on that one that Cambiaso turns, regains his form like it is, saying sell, not buying it. Mitch saying sell, not buying it.
Interesting.
Not buying it. I think if you keep him on the right, I think he will because I was saying it long before. He's a better player off the right side. People are talking about his goal that he scored was when he was on the left because Chico was on. He actually wasn't because of a sequence that happened before it. The positioning was a little bit different. He was more in the midfield and slightly to the right side. So it actually didn't come from technically being off the left side. Again, is what it is. Are you going to stock up on this one or sell? Filip Kostić can be functional in playing the left side as a key figure from here on out.
What do you define as functional?
Is he going to be a key figure at that left side? If you want Cambiaso on the right, somebody's got to take the left, right? Or are you leaving it vacant? Is he going to be a key guy? Can he be a key guy on that left side for you?
No, he's not a key guy, but it will help Cambiaso stay on the right, which would be beneficial to the overall team. So I guess I don't know what that answer is, but I guess it helps. Yes.
It's a loan. Lucci's talking about a loan. He's not buying. He wants to finance. That's what Lucci's talking about.
That's a good shout.
Then I'm going to twist the question for Lucci since he's so wishy-washy that who's your starting left side outside player if Cambiaso has to be on the right?
Oh, wait. Are we talking left back, left wing back? What's our formation here?
Same one as yesterday.
What's the difference? Cambiaso's on the right, so if he's a right back, you need a fucking left back. If he's a right wing back, you need a left wing back.
McKennie.
Yeah.
I think so too.
That's the only one. That's the only one that came to mind.
Yeah.
Skanga, are you stocking up on that one or selling?
We've seen this before with Kostić. Like this isn't new. This is something we've seen before. Based on depth, I would buy at the moment, just based on depth.
See, Kai says he can do a job for you, but making an impact like he did yesterday, he can't do that game in, game out.
I agree. I agree with that.
That's why it's like.
Does he offer more than Weston McKennie there in terms of balancing the attack? Would it be a little too flat if Weston was to play that side?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe.
It's a tough call. Does that become top priority for Juve in January for Spalletti?
Yes. Absolutely. Left back or left wing back. Absolutely.
Think so?
Yep. Someone who's actually left-footed as well. Because I don't think when Cabal's back, I don't think Cabal's good in that position either.
No.
I don't like Cabal as an attacking presence. I see him more as a center back. Left-footed center back.
Yeah.
You need someone who's left-footed with some pace who can give you something offensively. Yeah.
I can already see the Mbangula tweets coming in.
I'm thinking if you're talking about Cabal, left center back in a back three makes such perfect sense for him. And I always said he'd be battling Kelly for starting role. Sadly, when he came back, it almost looked like he was nowhere near the pace or ready to play whatsoever. It was brutal. And then he got injured in the same match, and that was just a shame. But yeah, that might end up being a very, very high priority center back. How are you guys feeling going through so far at center back? Does it still hold high priority? In the summer, we were all frustrated because we're like, you got to have a top center back coming in. Cabal, Bremer going off ACLs. Does that keep a priority for January?
It's not looking... We're kind of getting away with it right now because we're going to be in a little bit of a streak here of mid to lower table opponents in Serie A. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to...
So it's kind of masked, you think, based on just schedule, really.
Yes. Right. But Rugani, like midweek against Real Madrid, or I guess that was a week and a half
Sporting.
ago.
We got Sporting.
No, the last game.
Last one.
Like
2 weeks ago.
You know, we had Gatti, Rugani, and Kalulu back there. They look pretty good. But I think over and over again, once you start playing, better opponents in Serie A that know you, you're going to get burned unless you get another center back in there.
I would agree.
Yeah. It's interesting how everybody looks at things too, because even this match yesterday, people are like, no, there's nothing good coming out of it. Some were saying it's Cremonese. And I'm like, guys, we have to analyze us, look at ourselves in the mirror, and realize that when we went into that match, Cremonese was 1 point below us. And we played worse against worse sides than Cremonese.
Yes.
So
that's correct.
You take the positives, you build off them, you do the one thing that I really feel was the only thing Tudor wasn't doing, which was stack up on the positives, stack up on the things that look good, that are going right. So we can only look to ourselves. You can only play who's in front of you. So far, a little bit cleaner yesterday, some things to work off, some things to build on. But Cambiaso and Kostic, probably things to look at and maybe go with moving forward. McKennie's kind of this wild card, and he always has been.
But what about João Mario? I saw somebody put in here, can't he play that spot
on the left
instead of Kostic?
On the left side, he looked pretty suspect.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd be worse than Cambiaso on the left, I think. He's even less,
If you look at João Mario, you're thinking like the best part of his game is the attacking prowess.
Yes.
When we saw him on the left, he looked so uncomfortable, so out of it, that you got nothing of his offensive prowess at all whatsoever. So it was like, for me, I don't even think about it or consider him left side player whatsoever because it wasn't even close. So for me, he's on the right side, and that sucks. Now, if Cambiaso needs to take over at the right, because that's how you get the best out of Cambiaso, now it kind of sucks for João Mario. However, that's not a bad changeup if you're going João Mario or Cambiaso to João Mario. Like, that's not a bad changeup by any means. The left side becomes this question mark.
It always has been, though.
For a while it's been.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Even if you played Cambiaso there, you still don't really have any depth option there if he's playing on the left. If he gets hurt, who's going to be your long-term solution? You don't have one.
Well, Filip Kostić.
He's not a long-term solution.
Kept him around for a reason.
That's because Tudor loves Vlahović and Kostic. And we saw how that turned out anyways. But
hey, man.
Yes, loved.
We'll see what it is. Well, let's see how everybody's feeling about Sporting, because that's the next one in Champions League. That's going to be on Tuesday, I believe. We are hosting them. How do you start Juve? What's your lineup?
Ooh.
Do you follow it up with the same 3-4-2-1?
If Kelly's available, he starts. And I would put David. You're starting David instead of Openda. Vlahović starts. 2 strikers.
Okay. How does Sporting line up? Does anyone know?
How do you get Keenan Yildiz in this game?
McKennie drops either to the bench or drops to the left flank.
So then you go with 2 midfielders. Are you still keeping your 3-man at the back? It seems.
See, I personally would not.
I know, but it seems kind of crazy for him to to change that.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's gonna. I doubt that he will.
Maybe after the international break, we'll see more of a back four.
Sporting typically will go in a variation of a 4-3-3, typically a 4-2-3-1.
So if we play a 2-man midfield, they're going to get absolutely run off the pitch.
Yeah, you might have to go. You can't play Yildiz like as one of the outsides.
No.
Unless you're just a true flat-out 4-3-3. So if you're trying to keep 3 men at the back, and if you're trying to keep 2 strikers, it's 3-4-1-2. And then you're left with 2 midfielders.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. They have to win this game. Yeah, as Mitch says.
Have to.
They do have to win this game.
We gotta win this one.
I know it's probably not going to happen. It's easier said than done, but I'm going 4-3-1-2.
4-3.
I would agree, and I would play that route, and I think we should be looking to switch to that. Yeah. The match before, we kind of saw this hybrid 4-4-2 the match prior when Brambilla was there, just for that one match. We saw like a hybrid 4-4-2. It was a little bit slightly different. Could easily end up going into like a 4-3-1-2 and whatnot. I'd be looking to get into that route. And I think that like when you're looking at this team, the players suit that more than they do this 3-man setup. Especially in the meantime while you have Bremer and Cabal out.
Yes.
You know? Okay, so who are you starting then? Chris, by the way, good to see you, bud. So 4-3-1-2. Okay, who is it, Lucci? Go.
McKennie, Kelly, if he's healthy, probably Gatti, I'd have to say. Cambiaso, Thuram, Loca, Coop, Yildiz, David or Openda, I don't really care, and Vlahović. Di Gregorio, obviously, in net, yes.
Oh, man.
I don't think Kostic can give us another game. I would think he plays on Saturday against Torino in the derby. So I think he gets a rest midweek because I see someone else Kostic as well.
No, Mitch, there's no way Yildiz is on the bench for Tuesday. There is no way.
Unless he's not 100%.
Even if he's 25%, he has to start.
We willing to take that risk? I mean,
not if you're risking, like if they're actually concerned, because we don't really know, right? Like... You know, there might be heavier concerns, but this is a tough one. 4-3-1-2. My center backs, I think I'd probably toss Rugani as one of them, and then you got to make a call on Gatti or Kalulu, to be honest.
I like Gatti in there for set pieces in their end.
I don't mind Gatti in a back 4. It's back 3, and especially when he's asked to be the center of it, where I have a real problem. So back 4 there, I'm okay. I'm okay having Cambiaso as your right back, McKennie as your left. Midfield 3, Thuram,
Locatelli,
and as that 1/3, Koopmeiners. Yeah. I would play Koopmeiners there. I'd play Yildiz as your 1, and I would go David and Vlahović up top. That would be my 4-3-1-2. Now, Kalulu. This is why I have zero belief that we'll see this 4-3-1-2 is because Kalulu is a safety net for all our coaches that come into Juve since he's been here. And it's because of the fact that he's got a motor on him. This guy runs at full speed, whether it's 93rd minute or it's the first minute of the game. It's actually impressive.
Or he's going to get mashed potatoes in the cafeteria. This son of a bitch is running all the time.
Dude, yeah, it doesn't even matter, man. He's lost on the pitch sometimes positionally, but he's full speed while he's being lost. So it's like, the dude's insane. He's going to be in there at some point. Do you trust him as one of those two center backs in a back four pairing? I like him more towards kind of the outside. That's why this right center back role in a back three actually suits him the best. And the best we've seen out of him is at that spot. So Juve's in they're in a tough spot. Tudor battled this, so will Spalletti. The question that is so hard to define, what setup best suits our players? It's not cut and dry.
It's not.
Because if you pick 4-3-1-2 like we just said, you come up with some gaps where you're like, I don't know. And if you go 3-4-1-2, goes back to the same thing. How do you get your key guys in that comfortably?
Yeah.
Because Chico, Yildiz even, and how do you still keep your three midfielders? Like, it's a pick your poison setup, right?
Right.
And that's the issue when you don't keep your sporting director and manager for multiple seasons. You get this squad that's sort of mixed match.
Whatever.
Bingo. It's
right?
You're building for something. It doesn't work. You get punched in the mouth, and then you're like, "Oh shit! Now what?"
For something else.
Now you're stuck.
New plan.
So
and you have good players. And you have good players like Chico, who can be, lose their spots. No, because nothing that they've done, right?
Just based on the setup.
Yeah. So that's the tricky spot. So right now, I got to be honest. I'd like to see us end up going with a 4-3-1-2. Sacrificing Kalulu is not the be-all, end-all for me. But again, it's something we need to see. And that's the tough spot about where we're at right now, 10 games in. Like, we still need to see some things. If I see it and it makes zero progress, it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe that 3-4-1-2 is probably the way to go. It might be the way to go. But I'm hell-bent that you need three midfielders on the pitch at all times with this group to have any kind of stability. For me, it has to be 4-3-1-2 because you have to have Yildiz on the pitch.
Yeah.
He has to be out there.
If you have Yildiz on the pitch, but you have two midfielders, I think you're losing.
Never have the ball.
I think you're going to lose that battle. So, yeah, it's a tricky spot. We'll see how he navigates it. So for Sporting, hey, you got a couple days training. Zip up those pants, Spalletti, and start working on some alternatives because right now you've got a makeshift squad and you're going to have a few setups lined up and be able to work through that because it's going to have to switch with substitutions. You can't be locked in on one based on the squad that we have currently. And that's where Tudor, also for anybody that was like, no, you can't make that change, he was fighting it. No, we can't play two strikers. Can we?
Should.
Three mids, it's like, dude, Kalulu right wing back, you got to stop fighting shit. Sometimes you just got to deal with the hands you're dealt and move forward, even if you don't believe in it. Even if you've always been 3-4-2-1 guy or 3-5-2, it's like you got to take
the cards
you're dealt and
stubborn.
Play them. So let's see.
But Spalletti is under a little bit of pressure to get it figured out quick because then January comes, you're like, no, but in the sense of January comes and you're like, I need a player. Okay, what's your setup? You need a player to do what in what position?
Mm-hmm. Do we even have money to buy anyone in January? Just curious.
Oh, yeah, we got lots.
We'll figure it out. Figure it out.
Right. Good plan.
Well, we're getting penalized by UEFA anyways. What's another couple shekels here?
Now's the time to spend. You're getting penalized anyways. Fucking.
God damn.
Hey, that's going on our tab. Seabass over there. Yeah, that guy Seabass, just drop it on his tab. Said he'll take
Kick
care
his
of
ass, Seabass.
It's a great movie. Oh, yeah, it was a good movie. They caught up to him halfway down the road, killed him. Holy smokes.
It was a doozy.
What a show. All right. Oh, excuse me. I missed one, but honestly, I'm not going to lie. I can't make sense of this whatsoever. Did the first half yesterday make Scanga, Luciano, his Spalletti? Yeah, I don't know, but it's I don't know what to make of that one. I apologize.
I know what to make of it, and no. I'm a married man. No.
Let's move on.
Gross. Yep.
Were you against the hiring of Spalletti? Maybe that's what it is.
I was in the beginning.
Yes. Well.
Have you turned a corner, Lucci? Or are you
No,
all of a sudden?
no. Sorry. I'm saying now that he is officially the coach, I will support him until he does something stupid.
We're gonna back him.
But I wasn't a fan of it to begin with. But we'll see how it goes.
He just needs to keep his pants on. I don't think Spalletti will stick to this formation. He'll take time before completely changing. 4-4-2 diamond, please, for the 1,000th time. I'm saying this. Best possible setup for the squad. So the 4-4-2 diamond, that's diamond in the midfield, which is 4-3-1-2. So that's another fan here that believes that that's going to be the most optimal setup for Juve based on the guys we currently have. And I'm saying you're still going to have a gap in there somewhere, and you're gonna have to pick your poison. Some's gonna have to give. I think under the radar, Adzich did great when he came in to do.
He did.
He came in to see the game out. He had great ball retention, added physicality and attitude in a tired midfield. Thoughts? Yep. So I liked seeing Adzich. We talked about him being a forgotten man. What did you think of his performance, Scanga?
Thought he was dead. Good to see him on the field. I want to see him in these games. I want to see him start against like Pisa, Fiorentina, who stink, Genoa. Those games are the games that especially if we have a game midweek coming up or coming off a midweek game, Adzich needs to be playing 60 minutes in these games.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's the next thing in our midfield.
So if you're going to end up looking at Juve's schedule for the month of November, and you've we just finished Cremonese, now you have Sporting, you have Torino, Fiorentina, Bodo Glimt in Champions League late November, which might be a snowy match, Cagliari to close things off. What games are you want to see Adzich play, and do you want to see him as a standard midfielder? Do you think he could offer Yildiz some reprieve in, if you do want to go a 4-3-1-2, that he could be that one behind two strikers?
Well, first of all, Lucci said 6 wins in November. Balls. The balls on this kid over here.
Trying to be optimistic, buddy. We're 1-0. Let's go.
I said 3 wins, 2 draws, and a loss.
Who's the loss coming against? Just curious.
It's just a general loss. We'll find one in there somewhere.
4 wins, 2 draws for me was the month of November.
That game in Santa Claus's backyard, that's going to be tough.
That will be tough. You are correct. But they stink. Come on, let's be for real. They're terrible.
Not at home.
They are.
Not at home.
I would like to. Okay, so we have an international.
David's used to playing in the snow. Play David for that game.
See, I was gonna say if you could play Adzich with the Torino Fiorentina, but there's a international break in there. But then again, at the end of the month, you go Cagliari and then Coppa Italia first game, 2nd December against Udinese. I think we unfortunately, I like Koopmeiners, but I think him or Thuram have to be sacrificed to see what you got in Adzich. I think we know what we have in that kid, but I want to see more of it.
Well, they can't play every game, so he's going to get his opportunities.
He should have had them already.
What is the deal with Miretti?
Tudor.
Like, he's on the squad list for several games. That's a guy that could be valuable to Spalletti.
Yeah.
Totally forgot he existed. Sorry
I know.
To all the Miretti fans.
I like Miretti. I think he's going to...
I do not.
I know you don't. We'll battle this till we die, but I think he can play a role there. I think he can be a good driving force, maybe not in that Yildiz spot, but in the kind of the Coop role. And I would see Adzich more as the Yildiz role. But you also got Chico and Zaragoza, who are going to have to get some minutes too at some point, and I would assume they would play further up the pitch in that Yildiz role.
Well, we hired from Aussie Darren Burgess. Dude, sort it out. Because if Miretti's not 100%, he's making squad lists. Zagrova's needs way more time. Let's get some guys back in the mix here and let's see what we got here, because that's going to be a big piece of the puzzle for the last discussion we just had, which is trying to figure out what your best setup is. That changes things.
Yep.
Changes things drastically. If all of a sudden you have more coverage in the 10 spot or vice versa. If you want to stick with this 3-4-2-1, okay? You want two strikers. You can alternate. You can drop a striker, but now all of a sudden you have a Miretti that you've tried a couple times that actually does well in one of those advanced roles, and you could push Yildiz forward because nobody's talked about Yildiz being the second forward. He doesn't have to be a 10 if one of these other guys can figure it out.
Like a half an hour ago?
Lucci did say that early. He did.
What?
He did.
Oh. Good on you.
Sometimes
and that's what I was going to say.
We're shocked.
That's what I was going to say that to Lucci is that I would what he said about Miretti to Adzich, I would switch it. I'd rather see Miretti if he's had more panini. Has he beefed up a little bit? I'd rather see him more advanced and Adzich more in the cleanup.
You got to be careful beefing guys up, okay? Because then all of a sudden they get slow and they lose agility, and it's easy.
He's as strong as a wet paper bag. Can we be serious?
Kind of like Luka, just like really lanky and no meat, just soft.
Yeah, like an old like a 12-day-old banana. That's what Miretti is.
What?
You know?
Luca Natale referred to as a 12-day-old banana. Unbelievable. So, that is actually gold. That's gold. Yep. Clip that. Clip that, baby.
One. Absolutely.
All right. So, yeah, we've got some names that we need to, again, get some answers to.
Yeah.
Let's
see them.
Would love to see that these guys are alive. How realistic is David going to the Spurs in January?
When did this become a thing?
-1,000% chance of him leaving in January.
No.
What are we talking about?
I'm not buying it at all. No. I can't see it happening. Contracted. You're gonna send him on loan in January, and then you're gonna leave yourself with Openda and Vlahović as your actual. Milik's gone, guys. He's done.
Milik was in the stands. You see, he looked great.
Oh, you'd look great too if all you did was lay in a bed at J Medical for friggin' 2 years straight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Making what, 3.4 million a season. Why was Spalletti hanging meat at halftime on cam like that? Gotta pay the price of admission for those. That was outrageous for the cameraman. Get out of there. Let these guys, give them a little bit of space.
Yeah.
If you make a lineup of the best players in Serie A, how many Juve players would be there? I feel like we need one really big name who would be one of the stars in Serie A.
I'd say
who makes it in the best of Serie A right now from Juve?
2, maybe 3.
So who are your 2, 3?
Yildiz would be there. I'm trying to think who would be a better keeper in Serie A than Di Gregorio right now.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Everyone's fighting for Carnesecchi, saying Carnesecchi's better than Di Gregorio.
Atalanta's not doing very well though, and didn't he get into an argument with Juric about the team and score? I don't know, but
didn't Juric fight his assistant manager? Is that the guy who in the parking lot? Which manager was that? Somebody's filmed on the balcony a couple of years ago. The manager and the sporting director throwing punches in the parking lot. I thought it was Roma. I thought it was Juric. Anyways, go ahead.
I mean,
if you're doing a best 11 right now in Serie A, and if you're probably going on this season, I think Di Gregorio's in the discussion, but I don't think he probably takes it. You might give it to one of the other guys.
The shout for the Roma goalie is a good one.
Well, Svilar's probably going to be in there, Suzuki's having an incredible season. He might be in there, if you're doing it right this season. But Di Gregorio's in the discussion, I think. But probably Svilar.
Yeah.
If you're going to go at the back line, when Bremer's healthy, he's the best center back in Serie A, hands down.
Not according to CBS Sports anchor Marco Chuchface there, whatever. He's the
best center back in Serie A.
What's the Alexi Lalas wannabe guy on that show? Anyways, him. He's Bremer.
I don't care what they say. Bremer's the top center back in Serie A when he's fit, hands down. The only other guy that makes it in for me is Yildiz.
So thanks, guys.
When
It was
Cambiaso's on the right,
with the owner. I knew these guys would remember it.
Yildiz. I think
it.
Cambiaso on his day and on the right, I think he battles for a spot.
On his day.
Not this season.
He's turning a new leaf. He's coming back. Don't worry.
He's buying those stocks big time. Right now, Cambiaso ain't on that best of list.
Not even close.
And I see the shouts for Thuram. Thuram is not on a list of best midfielders in Serie A right now if you're doing best 11.
I don't even watch Serie A, and I can tell you that 27 isn't on the list.
And I'll tell you right now, it's hilarious because you guys see that meme where it's like everybody's got the swords to the guy's fucking head for his opinion, whatever. That's me and Locatelli, because if you were going to pick a best of from Juve to throw in the best of Serie A for midfielders, Loca would be ahead of Thuram.
Why does he get so much hate? I don't understand it. Again, I run the main for most of the games. People do not like Locatelli, and it is constant. I do not get it.
Locatelli's my guy that I go and I just take the bullets, man. I'm out there and I'm just been there for years. Yeah. Like, he ain't the problem. He ain't a problem.
Yeah.
He's fine. And it'll be interesting to watch this unfold with Spalletti and whatnot, but for a first game, Loca was fucking good yesterday, man. Like, really, really good. Just doing his thing. And I'm telling you, it's just silly right now, the nonsense, but that's a response that you would want from a guy that's legit. You guys can say whatever you want about him. The posts when things happen on Instagram, etc., blah, 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 blah. Let the pitch do the talking, and when the pitch does the talking, right now at Juve, he's your best midfielder.
Would have been great if he scored yesterday too, just to shut some people up.
He needed that goal too, and that one hit the post, whatever. And but you know what? I like it. He was getting up there. He was taking rips. The hate is just silly for me.
Like, what did Spalletti say the other day in his first press conference? Well, when the ball touches the grass, and we're gonna feel the grass.
The sound of the birds chirping as the ball rolls across the grass, and the bristles, and the fucking blah blah blah.
We're gonna feel the ball do the talking.
Get ready for a lot of that. Sakoko, how about this? Kelly, left back. Cambiaso. Kelly, a left back, you lost me right there. No.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
The last time I saw that, I still have Adzich from the last time I saw him at left back.
When was that?
That was under Motta. It was a horror show. Never happened since he played it like 2 games in a row. Never happened since. They ended up going to Savona on the left, which was also awful, but just to get Kelly out of the left back role. I'm a no right there immediately. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Openda needs to study. Teva is on YouTube. Oh my God. Well, I mean, we could all study El Apache. Joao Mario needs to study Quadrado. Nobody needs to do fuck all with Quadrado. Quadrado gets one of these, and he can go fuck himself. That guy is such a mutt. And I don't know if anybody noticed, but ever since he left Juve, the only colors he's represented have been blue and black. Literally with the teams he's played for, and literally jumping at the first anti-Juve opportunity he had. That guy can seriously eat a bag of dicks. Done with one.
You walked right into that one as soon as you brought up Quadrado.
Quadrado? No. Rat.
Lucci hasn't even piped up yet. That's how mad he is.
Who was the first on the hate Quadrado train?
It was you.
Tell me.
You were the.
Okay, no, but that's different. When he's playing for us,
when he was here, he was a prick.
When he's playing for us and his play and stuff like that, he came up clutch. He had a lot of clutch moments, and I had no issues.
The dancing? You guys
he
didn't
was
like the
frustrating dancing? When he played. Yeah. For us, he had frustrations, but he had a lot of clutch moments. Towards the end, he was fading. I'm pissed off at Quad because he literally pissed on all the years, all the appearances, everything for Juve.
Just shows what kind of
character
on him.
First fucking chance he had. First
Straight
chance
loser.
He had.
Always will be.
God damn
This is why we don't bring up that name on
almost as bad as
But
Danny
Lucci
Alves.
hates guys for the stupidest reasons. Like, he hates McKennie, who is like, he just all he does is go out there and do a job that other guys that you vouch for aren't fucking doing.
Yeah, McKennie was fine yesterday. I said I'd start him
fine
again.
yesterday.
So
It's
fine.
been 3 fucking years where he's been the best utility guy we've had. It's hilarious.
Utility guys, who needs
Lucci
them?
wants the fucking Galacticos at Juve. Doesn't understand Juve was built on these fucking guys that just don't give a fuck where they play. They just play and do their work, do their job. The biggest issue at Juve right now, I'm calling it, is the star players are not actually stars.
Yes.
100%.
That's the biggest issue. Not McKennie's, not the fucking Locatellis. These guys aren't the problem. The problems are the guys you wanted to do, that best of 11 shows you 100%. Your star players aren't actually star players. They're not there. Yildiz still has a way to go for me. He's an awesome player. Still has a way to go. Thuram, not a star. Not a star yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I agree.
But you know, it's quite impressive how long Lucci maintains his agendas. Like he sticks to it, like his 6 shooters. He's
like a fucking 7-year-old hanging out at the deli, bitching about everything every day, whatever with these guys. Like this guy's gonna be hanging out there, ordering a fucking panini with you guys, being like fucking Juan Cuadrado. It's gonna be fucking 20, 50, whatever. Juan Cuadrado.
Can't wait.
My shortest agenda has been Tudor, though. Everyone came to join me on that one rather quick. So that was nice.
Who would you... Okay, so let's go back then. Who would you have hired in the summer?
I mean...
No, come on.
I probably would have hired Palladino.
I was going to... Probably what I would have done as well.
I think we probably would end up in the same boat. I'll be quite honest.
Same situation, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone score World Cup tickets yet? Okay.
Hey, my kids got to eat. I can't afford those fucking things.
They are so crooked. These guys are pissing me off. Pre-sale, lottery.
Yes.
Immediately. Okay, you can enter. If you are selected, you win your pre-sale lottery. We don't guarantee you that you'll have tickets to purchase. What? Because it's all still going to be through their authorized resell fucking outlets. It's garbage, man. Clowns.
So I know someone was telling me that they got in on the pre-sale. I think it was through Visa, and we're Canadian. The Toronto games weren't even offered. So he managed to get in on the Philadelphia, and it was the first time he got through. It was one seat. I think he was with the stadium lights. That's how high up it was. And it was like 8.
He's just hanging on he's sitting on the rafter.
That's right. He's holding up the banner for the Eagles banner. The other one, he got in again, and it was 2 seats, but it was like, you're talking like $800-900 US a seat, and you don't even know who's playing. You could get like Japan.
You can't get. They said don't bank on tickets together. I'm gonna be like Steven fucking Glansberg over there, sitting by myself in a stand here. What are we doing? So it's like, yeah, don't bank on tickets together, and we can't guarantee you that even if you win this lottery, that you'll even have tickets to buy. So basically, go to a reseller and take your shot. You're still going to get screwed because what they're doing is offering tickets below price, and then you know what happens? There's a little fine print in there that's what they're hoping to get your tickets for. And then when you buy them, price gets for whatever they actually purchase for to be able to sell to you, and then it goes up. But you don't even sometimes get the option. So guess what happens to a lot of people? They lose out their tickets, and they don't know until the day, like 2 days before the event. So you've already booked accommodations, you booked everything. Guess what? We couldn't get the tickets for that price. This is your actual price. Okay. Some get the opportunity to buy it. Others don't even get that. It's sorry, we couldn't get the prices at the tickets for the prices you paid. And then guess what? You just pay their service fees and you have no tickets. It's nasty out there. It's stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So, Cugino Eddie? No. I ain't got no fucking tickets. A lot of people don't. To answer your question.
I think it'd be good, like especially for us, for me and Lucci in Toronto, just to go down. I'm sure they'll have a whole bunch of like events and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to go down and be part of it.
Def not refinancing my home so I can see Guam play Barbados in the medal. Lord of Fizz just laying it out there. That's pretty good. We got a little bit more time, a few more minutes for some Storm the Barn. On Spalletti's conference, Comolli said there is no January transfer due to FFP. I think we should promote Felipe for our defensive problem. Gatti should lose his place as starting 11.
Well, he can't say that yet because you could get someone on a free loan. You could get someone on loan. Like, you can't say we're not doing anything. They might have to.
Can you divert payments? Like if it's a free loan with a purchase option.
Obligation.
You also could make a sale to finance a spot. Like, I mean, there's opportunities there to be had. I wouldn't say for sure we're not. And I mean, for anybody that just needs to kind of hear this, you got to take everything that these people are saying with a grain of salt. I mean, we heard Spalletti say, no, I haven't had any contacts with any Italian squads. Literally hired the next day. Comolli has said a million things that have not actually played out. Chiellini told us, no, there's no rumors about this player. We signed him 2 days later. Like, guys, it is not gospel when these guys do pressers, when they say things. We just take them, pick little bits and pieces, give our thoughts, our feelings, our vibes around it. But like, man, it's the same thing. Are you buying it or are you not? I think we will still be looking in January. I think that we'll look at some opportunities that could present itself, FFP or not. They'll try and make something happen, and it might be based off a sale that we make. Who would be sold? Hey, time will tell. We can't play two at the top and keep Little Cheeks and Zagrova on the bench. A 4-3-3 with Yildiz and Chico or Zagrova on the sides will be fire, especially the way Spalletti used to play at Napoli. So for Chris's point here, this brings up a really, really good topic and one that's currently rocking, and that's the one around Vlahović, because everybody is claiming that Spalletti will put maximum attention to Vlahović leading the line at Juve. This strikes fans in a couple different ways, because some say, why are we going with a mainstay that isn't going to be here? You're shooting yourselves in the foot long run.
He's our best striker.
But is he the best guy right now? Has he been performing the best out of all of them? We talked about new guys that need to do better. So here we go. We end up in this thing. If you go 4-3-3 and you have one striker leading the line, does that make the most sense? Should Spalletti be paying the most attention to Vlahović and go 4-3-3?
Yes. He's our best striker on our roster.
I don't know, man. Doesn't make sense to me. You're most likely gonna have the other two guys here long term, and you're gonna sit them on the bench when they're gonna be your players.
Term, if you don't make top four, who gives a shit? You need the best player on the field, right?
You're telling me the drop off's that big from Vlahović and the other two?
Yes.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Here's my thing now,
yes.
I think if Spalletti's trying to emulate what he had there, you won't do it because Osimhen's a different beast than Vlahović.
True. Yeah.
God, that would have been awesome if we got that guy.
It's not even fucking close on a technical standpoint if you're playing the two solos. Like, it's not. So if you're trying to chase that, you don't have the guy to chase that with. That's why I'm a no for a flat-out 4-3-3, two wingers, one striker. And I think the only way it works is, what do you want from that striker? If you can go the rest of the way, 4-3-3, and you're going to just feed the guy, then yes, go for it, and I'm fine with Dusan being the guy. But if you need that spot to play a part in your build-up, it won't fucking work with Vlahović. Because we've seen that before time and time again.
So David's the guy.
I would, yeah.
If you needed that spot to do build-up, he would be better than Openda and Vlahović.
I agree.
That's fair.
And that's why I wouldn't do it. Two strikers is the way for this group.
Yeah. I think that the two striker benefits all three of them, which regardless of which two you're playing.
Yeah.
I think they're all better with a partner.
Give your starting 11 versus Sport. We kind of already covered that. I mean, and it's tough. It's tough. 4-3-1-2 is what we want to see. I don't think we're going to see. So I'll just give you I'll give you a starting 11 that I think you probably see. Kelly, if he's fit. I think Rugani might actually start that game. I think you're going to see Kalulu as your right center back. You're going to have Cambiaso on the right. Man, you might see Kostić again on the left side.
I think you see McKennie. I think so.
Okay. But I think Koopmeiners is going to be one of your three midfielders. And I think you're going to see Thuram and Loka again. And then up top, if Yildiz is free, this could be like a 3-5-2 type situation.
Yeah. So you go Vlahović and Yildiz up top?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you might see like a 3-5-2 and it'll be Yildiz, Vlahović there. But yeah, I don't think he follows up with... The wild card here is if Kelly can go or not, because he might keep Koopmeiners there. Honestly. He might keep him there. It's a tough one. But that's not what I would do. That's just like a starting 11 that I think you could see.
Although Coop played well yesterday, I think against Sporting or a tougher opponent might be a little trickier for him because he's probably not too comfortable in that position yet. He hasn't played there a lot. But it does give you the like an added midfielder in there, so you can go back to the 3-4-2-1 or whatever you want to consider yesterday. So you can play Openda and Yildiz, and you can put McKennie or Kostić on the left with Thuram and Loka. It gives you an extra midfielder, although he's not technically playing in midfield. I don't know.
3 players you would take from Fiorentina if they get relegated.
Absolutely nobody. No, I'm
0.
just kidding. I'd probably take Camuzzo.
Fuck, he's on a horror show this year to start.
Is he?
Oh,
well, the whole team is, to be fair.
No, dude, Camuzzo, like, Puzzo.
He wants us to say Keane, and it's not happening.
No chance.
Fagioli was linked as a return. I honestly...
That's not going to happen.
Fiorentina, I'm trying to think here.
They're going to rinse us to bring back a player. There's no chance.
$1 billion.
Yeah, forget that.
I'm not big on 3. If let's change a gun to your head. You have to take 3. Who are your 3?
I would take is De Gea their goalie?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would take him to back up Di Gregorio.
I don't think he's coming as backup, but okay, you take him.
Yeah, what's the fucking point of that?
Other than that, I don't give a shit. I'm not saying Keane. You are not making me say Keane. I do.
You have to take 3 players. So I would assume you're going to take Camuzzo as one, Lucci?
Hold on, let me look at their roster because I don't even know who the hell's on that
Remember
team.
all the Parisi links?
Yes,
Remember Dodo links?
Oh, he stinks.
Yep.
Mandragora used to be Juve property.
Forget that.
Hans Nicolussi Caviglia I'd take back.
You want to know something?
Over
that little son of
Fagioli?
a bitch just to make Luca happy.
I would take back Hans Nicolussi Caviglia.
Mm-hmm.
What happened wasn't this indoor supposed to be something good?
I would bring back Hans Nicolussi Caviglia. I'd still probably take a shot at Camuzzo. And, man, that's probably
these
it.
Guys? Who the hell are these guys on this team? I haven't heard of half of
Goodmanson?
them.
I'm not even looking it up. What a complete
That's
waste
it.
of time.
That's it. I'll give you 2. I'll give you those 2.
Who the hell is Fortini?
I take bullets for Loka and Chico. Why fans hate on them? No clue. Any thoughts? Well, for Locatelli, it's... They want somebody completely different, I believe, or they just don't understand the role. I'm not quite sure. Chico,
I don't
he's
think they
called
understand
unintelligent. Chico's called an unintelligent player.
Okay, hang on. Whoa. Time out for a second. Now,
That's
I'm not going to
Gatti.
call him unintelligent. He does a lot of great things. But there's sometimes when he gets that ball in attack and he's in the middle of the field and he just needs to release it quicker and he doesn't, and it drives me fucking nuts. He does 9 good things, but that 10th one is like, oh, come on, man.
You're talking about
Maybe
Openda?
it's like, no, I'm talking about Chico.
For both. That's fair. I mean, just the final product is missing for a few of them.
I think if you're looking at Chico to understand where the frustration, where all that lies, look from last year to this year, because I actually think this year he's cleaned up the final decision way more.
He's more consistent this year.
like there's end product there versus last year. There's way more like opportunities for other players, like etc. Like it's much, much better. This guy's numbers could be a lot better because there's some key misses where we all lost our shit on through this year where it was actually Chico that set all that up. If you're looking at Loca, the frustrations come from people believing that he's too slow. People believing that a lot of his passes don't mean anything. That he doesn't get involved enough. That he's not making key passes, assists, etc. The list goes on, right? So that's where it all comes from. But for me, I'm fine with both of them, to be honest.
Do they want Locatelli to score 8 goals a year and have 7 assists? Like that's just not
probably.
his
Fuck,
game
I think
anymore.
he's got 8 in his career, including childhood. So
that's not his game.
January, someone offers $40 million for Cambiaso. You selling him?
Yes.
No.
Oh. Skanga's
We missed
out, yes.
We missed out on 60 last year.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
So remember, but didn't you take the stock on, he's going to go back to form in the question I asked earlier? Like,
and now you're selling
I'm
him
always
for 40.
looking buy low, sell high, all right? That's how you make your money.
Fucking guy.
Oh, man.
I mean, okay, so I'm not opposed to selling him for the right price. My only concern is now you have to fill a left-sided and a right-sided player.
The key in this thing from Mitch for me is the fact that he's listed there January. It's a no from me in January.
Also, yeah, good point.
Because who the hell is coming? It's January. If you're talking about in the summer where you can grab somebody, you can maybe make a change. Another key point is who is going to play that role. Because right now, as it stands on this current team, I don't like it. So January, it's a hell no. It's not even. I'm not even thinking about it. You know, if you want him in January, you know, if we go back to the 65, 70 million,
I could be persuaded for that price. Yes.
Again, who are we getting in January? Because January shopping sucks, and you're still going to need somebody to finish the season. Remember what Skanga said about top 4? Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. So, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a no for me at this point. Would you sell Dusan in January? It ain't gonna happen. I would
do that so he doesn't leave for free. Yep.
Yeah, if you're staring down the barrel getting nothing. And then the shitty thing is, to Skanga's point, he's kind of your best guy right now up at the top. So until you get the other guys going, so are you gonna leave yourself short? Like right now, Juve's in a spot. We got to get through this year.
I will say, with Dusan, you at least have players that can fill his role. You're right. With 27, we don't really. At least with Dusan, there's other strikers on the roster.
Man, you're all over the map. You want him leading a 4-3-3, and now you're like, sell him in January. Where are you, man? So would you sell him would you sell him if somebody comes in, they're like, hey, we're in dire needs, we got major injuries, 20 million.
For Dusan? Or for
you're not going to get more than 20.
You'd be lucky if you got 20.
Exactly.
I'd take 10.
15.
10.
If someone comes in 15, 10, like what's your price? For me, it's
10.
like it's at a point where you can't.
For Deuce, no, I think you can.
So you would take 10, 15 mil and just go the rest of the way without him for Serie A.
Especially if you know he's not re-signing. If you know before January he's not re-signing, you got to recoup some kind of money. You have to. At least you can put that towards another position. Like
you're at the threat of losing even more by not getting where you need to be in the standings, though. 10 million is fuck all.
I still think, given the rest of the squad, that if they're healthy, I think you can still make top 4 without him. I don't think he's that crucial to it.
Did you see Openda play so far? And have you seen David's struggles? I'm not concerned about them, but it seems silly for the money you're going to get to say goodbye to him now. You're at the point where that money that you're losing, that's an investment to get where you need to be for the end of the season.
So you really think they're that bad that they wouldn't make top 4 without Dusan?
From what I've seen, he needs to be around right now.
See, to me, I think your midfield and Yildiz are more crucial to this team than Dusan is.
you missed the boat on when the time was to sell. If you're gonna, we didn't push at all this past summer.
I
you can't say goodbye in January. Who's coming in? Who's coming in that's gonna help the cause? If you want to play a 2-striker system too, it's gonna be just Openda and David the rest of the way.
And it's gonna be a team that would buy him for $20 million is gonna be a team that he doesn't want to go to. So he'll just say no.
Unless one of those bigger teams that are looking at him for the free signing are in desperate need, like a big injury happens or anything. Otherwise, everyone's just going to take him. They're just going to take him in the summer in a free. Yeah. The only thing that's going to happen in January is he might make an agreement, a pre-agreement on leaving on a free. Yes. There's a lot of talk about Juve offering up a renewal. Man, it would take a lot for me to kind of change
you wouldn't do
my tune on that,
like the Rabiot thing where you signed for a 1-year extension at the same price. You wouldn't consider that?
If you did that, your only intention would probably be to sell him in the summer. And at which point, what point would he do inside? Like, what point would it serve Vlahović in a 1-year extension?
Zero.
If he's going to re-sign with Juve, it's going to have to end up being on a multi-year. And this guy still wants double-digit salary.
You can't give him double digits. You just can't.
Well, you can if you have no other strikers. And that's the way you want to go.
Would you after how many years?
No. I'm not paying him anymore. But I'm just saying if Comolli wants to keep him, it's not going to.
Dude, our top striker right now isn't far off double digits. Like Bremer and David are your highest paid players. If Vlahović said, "I'll renew, I'll stay a couple of years. I just want to be the highest paid, equal with these guys," would you say yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But that's still less than what he's making now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Significantly less.
I mean, yeah, that kind of seems like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying I wouldn't pay him that like the same as David. Hasn't Dusan been our leading scorer the past couple of years? I'm just saying.
If he accepted that big a difference from what all the rumors are and stuff like that, I mean, it's kind of like I don't think he takes less. One of the biggest issues, and this goes to the point we made earlier on the show. When you're looking at Juve and you're looking at squad building and everything, nothing's ever really made sense. And Dusan, the frustrations, I know for me personally, I can only speak to myself personally, the way this guy plays, a lot of the pissing and moaning and attitude shit has pissed me off.
Yep.
But, from his perspective, it fucking sucks because we've never made sense of utilizing or made the most of any of the strikers that we had in that setup, in that system, or whatever, right? It's a tough spot because if he decides that, oh yeah, I would take being your highest paid and I'll stay, who's the alternative right now? Because a couple of guys that you went for aren't really cutting it. He's been around. For me, the biggest thing, that fucking attitude, man. I hated the attitude.
I completely disagree with his attitude. Haven't seen it this year.
Well, that's the thing, though. It doesn't erase 3 years of pissing, sulking, moaning, talking in interviews about national team setup and all this. Like, it doesn't erase arguments with fans, fighting the curva. It's just like, dude, it's messy. It's messy. Sometimes a clean break might be the call. So I get it from all aspects. I get it from the guys that are saying, dude, he's been our best. He's a good striker. We need to give him service, etc. It could also maybe be recency bias because of how the others are doing so far and that he's standing out to be maybe better than he actually ever has been or is for Juve.
But it is also a contract year. And like you see in lots of professional sports. It's a big
concern there on contract year.
Yep. They always seem to amp it up when they're coming up for a contract, and that
attitude all of a sudden is squeaky clean when you're looking for that payday, right? Oh, this guy's a leader. Like, look at this guy.
I'm currently on a contract here with AJC. That's why I'm keeping it clean.
You buddy, we already know we're not re-signing you, so you can hit the road now.
Spill the beans on that one. How many goals and points would we have without Dusan Vlahović? How many goals has he accounted for this season?
I don't think
I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah.
But keep going.
He saved us a couple points.
It's tough to say that. It's tough to say that no one would, if he wasn't here, people wouldn't fill that. Like one was a PK. Who's
the PK against Udinese? It was a 3-1 victory. He scored 2 goals against Dortmund and had an assist in the 4-4 draw.
That's when
that was a huge. That was probably his biggest off the bench.
That was off the bench. He was massive there. That was crazy. Against Genoa, 1-0 victory. He was the lone goal scorer. So 1 goal, 3 points there. Juventus 2-0 victory against Parma. He scored. He scored 1 goal of the 2-0 victory. Everything before that was like club friendly stuff and Club World Cup stuff.
So I would say Dusan. I can only really remember, and you know me, I'm the big Dusan slappy. I can only really remember one streak of like October, November, mid-December where he was on absolute fucking fire. There was like one, I think it was like a couple years ago, but he's streaky, right? Like he had one streak and that was really it.
Man, I think like when I look at him when he came in, because he came in on a January transfer.
Yep.
He was solid that second half of the year. He was a good player. His numbers were not at the same pace from when he came to us, but he was still good. And there was no concerns. It was like immediately the year after, there was always lulls in the season. Yes. And I remember Chiesa's last year. They were both red hot out of the gates. Like just on fire, on a tear. And both of them disappeared for like 3 months.
Yeah, because didn't Chiesa get re-hurt and he was fucking all over the place. Dusan was invisible.
I think Dusan was dealing with, I don't want to make excuses.
But I think that was also the year where Vlahović played nonstop and we couldn't, I can't remember if that was a year where we couldn't even sub him off. Like there was nobody. So it feels like there's always been something. So it's a really difficult decision. I don't think it's cut and dry with the guy, but if you wanted to move in, you wanted to part ways, you had the perfect opportunity. And now you're in a position where you're about to get FFP penalty, even if it's small or not. Your owner just put in another 30 million capital increase. It's like, who are you going to bring in now? And you're also staring down the barrel of, we are November now, so you got 2 months of play to really see something out of your new signings.
Yep.
Because if these guys don't show shit, it's like, holy Christ, man. Like, this guy could make a pre-agreement with anybody in January. If we're talking the same as what we're talking right now about Openda and David, got to get him going. You got a big problem.
But this also goes back to your point, Berto, about giving Dusan some help. In all that time, you mentioned one name, Chiesa. Who else has helped him out? We've said, Dusan, figure it out. You go out there. Like, Higuain had Dybala, right? Everybody, like Del Piero had Trezeguet. There was always a pair, at least a pair. Dusan has had fucking nobody.
He had Morata, didn't he, the first year? Didn't he have Morata the first year or two he came?
God, I missed that guy.
He came right after CR7. So Moise Kean was there. So there was like Moise Kean. I think Morata was there the 1 year when he first came.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't, like, there were, who else? It's
Dybala
just like,
was also still here for Vlahović.
Right? Yeah.
Sort of.
With his one leg.
Now he's got Keenan.
Yeah.
He's got Chico.
Now he has them.
But he's always had other guys too. He hasn't been alone. Like, it hasn't been like,
he hasn't had other guys that are contributing right there with him. It's been like, Dusan, you better score 25 goals or else we're screwed. Who the other guys scoring 12 goals? Consistently.
Well, Nobody's been bagging. Not like that.
When's the last time you had someone ever score more than 10?
Was he 21-22 the first season?
Yeah.
I believe he was. It's the January 21-22?
I think so.
Just taking a look here. Because that was still Ronaldo. So
it was the year after.
It would have been 22-23. Dusan Vlahović, leading goal scorer, 14 goals in all comps, 10 in league.
But that was half of those were probably with Fiorentina, no?
No, that's our leading scorer. 14 with us all comps, 10 with us in league. That's not total.
Oh, okay.
He led us. And you had Chiesa, you had Vlahović, you had Milik, Keane, Angel Di Maria, who was fucking nothing, Sule, Illing Jr., midfield Fagioli, Rabiot, Medetti, Kostic, Quadrado, Pogba, great Pogba return.
Oh, he did great, yeah.
In 23-24, Vlahović led the team, 18 goals, all comps, 16 in league. And that was the 23-24 season, yeah. And same thing, you had Vlahović, you had Chiesa again, you had Yildiz, that was not, being a protagonist, etc.
Yeah, he's still young, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You had the big Timothy Weah signing, I think. Was that
right?
Mercato?
It's like
24-25 season. Vlahović, 17 goals, all comps, 10 in league. He's again your leader. I mean, 10 league goals to lead Juventus is kind of crazy because you have to go quite a ways back. I believe there was a stretch there when we were coming out of the banter area. And even in our first Scudetto things, I think there was a year where Vidal led the team, but Vidal had like quite a few fucking goals, if I remember correctly. I'll try to get to it, but to Skanga's point, there's nobody bagging goals. But is that because we played to that manner where it had to be him, like based on our system or setup? Were we not getting the most out of midfielders? Were the midfield just always shit? All of this stuff is kind of true.
But also, he did take, not that it really matters because a goal is a goal, but he did take all the PKs, all the close range free kicks, those were all him. So of course the numbers might favor him a little bit, but yes, the midfield did not help at all with
21-22. Dybala led with 15 goals, all 10 league. Then you get into the Ronaldo 36 all comps, 29 in Serie A. And then you get, that was like Ronaldo year. Same thing, 37 all comps, 31 in league. That was 2019-2020. 2018-2019, you have Ronaldo again, 28 all comps, 21 in league. You get to 17-18 right before he joined, and you have Dybala, 26 all comps, 22 in league. Dybala, it was Higuaín, 32 goals. All comps, 24 in league.
And he had Dybala probably bagging 12
he
or 15.
He had that was a good side, though. Those were strong sides. Juve in 16-17, 17-18 was insane, right? 15-16, it was Dybala, 23 in all comps, 19 in league. And then you have Tevez, 29 all comps, 20 in league. That was his final season with us. And then you had Tevez the year prior, 21 all comp, 19. 12-13 year, you had Vidal with 15 all comps, but you had him tied in league with Vucinic. Wow. We had good balance there where you made up for it, right? So I think the biggest thing now is, to Skanga's point, the balance isn't there. Because if you don't have that one guy crushing, you need multiple to have at least multi-goal, like double-digit goal seasons or something. But that ain't happening. Another thing that stands out to me is what I said earlier. I don't think our stars are stars.
And I don't think Serie A, I think Serie A has a goal scorer problem. We don't have, please correct me if I'm wrong, consistently the past 4 or 5 years, we don't have a 30 goal scorer leading the Serie A, do we?
I think they've been in the 20s.
right? But like, there's
that.
not. I think teams have. It's the league.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Right. So you don't have those guys. So teams are spreading out the duties to get goals.
I don't know, man. Like, it's been a long time since we've been around like 10 league goals, kind of doing that for Juve. Star power, man. Need the stars to do their job and figure it out. Is Dusan Vlahović a star?
No.
He should be, but I have to agree with Lucci at the moment. No.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think there's something there about spreading the wealth and the overall doing better, and I'm gonna stick to that, and that's why I'm not really concerned about new signings, etc. All this, we still have to figure out what's the best for the group, and that's gonna be Spalletti's biggest challenge. So if we're asking, can Juve get back on track? Can Juventus actually re-enter the Scudetto race? Spalletti has maximum intentions on his mind. I'm going to ask you quick as we wrap up on this question. This is my Storm the Barn to you. Can Juventus re-enter Scudetto talks this season? Do you believe they will with Spalletti?
I was running the main last week, 2 weeks ago, and people were saying on there, the season's over. And I'm like, you're a bunch of fucking lunatics. We're game 8 of the season. This season isn't. No one's running away with it.
If you kept Tudor and you kept going down that path, the season would have been over.
No.
They made the move
I'm not
at
letting
the right
you take
time.
it out. No. There's no out with. Well, if you kept Tudor, then it's totally different. No. You people were saying the season is over, so you bunch of idiots over there. The season's not even close to being over. And yes, we can compete for the Serie A because no one's running away with it. There's no, if Tudor stayed. No. The question was, the season was over. It's not even close to being over, Berto. And yes, we can compete for Serie A.
Lucci, what do you think?
Come on, Lucci. Come on.
Can Juve re-enter the Scudetto race?
I'm going to say no.
You son of a bitch. I can't wait to see you next week. I'm going to smack you right in the face.
See, I know Spalletti can do some good things. I just don't have the utmost confidence in him right now. At least not yet. If we
How does someone with such nice hair be so negative? How is that possible?
Toronto sports is what's done it to me, buddy. That's
bingo.
Fair. I felt that one to the core. Listen, the answer is simple for me. Yes, absolutely we can. Serie A sucks.
Yes, it does.
Serie A is in full effect, everybody. It's right there in front of you. All the talks, all the things. The team with the best window is not doing well. The team with the best window is not doing well. Milan, I don't give a shit if they're only playing one competition this year. They don't convince me. Nobody convinces me. Juve just needs to clean it up. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. And that's what many fans feel we need to do. Juve doesn't need to reinvent the wheel. Juve just needs to do the little things right consistently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The little things. The small things have been the killers for Juve. All this time, it's been Juve stumbling. The league is not taking off or leaving us in the dust. Far from it. So I'm going to say yes, absolutely we can. But it's up to you, Spalletti, and it's up to the players you have and working around some of the shortcomings that even the guy before you had, Tudor. So good luck and Godspeed. And God damn it, don't forget to put your pants on, brother. But we'll be there every step of the way, rooting you on wholeheartedly. All right. And yesterday, Juventus celebrated its 128th birthday. Thankfully, we got the victory and got it done in style. And I said, I've been supporting this team now. Dated myself, obviously, because it's been 34 years that I've been supporting Juventus.
I've been there.
Holy smokes. 34 years. Man.
Apparently, I was on the park bench.
Skengo was one of the founders on that bench sitting there. In there. 34 years, man. The memories, the players, it's crazy. That's why when people talk about, I've been asked this question before, what's it going to take for you to like bail on you? It's not even a thought, guys. It's not even a thought.
No.
Not even a fucking thought. The only thing I think about is why the hell I didn't start this thing sooner, because it's been an absolute blast. So we thank all of you, the AJC Army, for all your support. It's been tremendous. Guys, we are getting closer to 10K, and thank you. Thank you. All right, and we're ramping things up every year. We always try to do that, and this year we've ramped it up because there's been kick giveaways every single month, and there is going to be kick giveaways every single month for the entire season. So despite what's happening with the club or where they stand, what happens, we follow along, but we're always going to try and keep it good vibes around here. So much love. Thank you all. Skanga, Lucci, absolute pleasure, fellas. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And look at some of these guys in chat. 41 years for Mitch, 30 for Chris, 46 for Skippy. So there's some guys in here older than me. It's all trending upwards. There you go. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Ciao tutti. I'll keep you up to date with the news on some videos as always. And then we look to sporting. We'll have match day. I'll bring you a watch along and we'll do post match. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.
Set the tone.